As of the time of recording, Texas Tech has the second best recruiting class in the nation, behind Notre Dame for the 2023 cycle. At one point, the Red Raiders had the #1 recruiting class in the nation. Yes, we are still extremely early into the cycle, but this is an accomplishment that is worth mentioning. The fact that this could be a headline is showing the amazing work Joey McGuire and his staff are putting in to make Texas Tech the premier program in the Big 12. Before we get into what McGuire and co are building, I think we should take a look at what makes his hiring so different and so special. Joey McGuire was born on August 6, 1971, and grew up in the state of Texas. He is an alum of the University of Texas Arlington and returned home to coach at Crowley High School, the school he attended, as their defensive line coach in 1995. In 1997, he took over as the defensive back coach at Cedar Hills High School under former Crowley coach Robert Woods before he took over the head coaching position himself in 2003. At Cedar Hill, McGuire took on a program that had not recorded a winning season in years and had never won a playoff game. As a head coach from 2003 through 2016, McGuire went 141-42 and led the Longhorns to 4 state championship games, winning in 2006, 2013, and 2014, and finishing runner-ups in 2012. His teams won 7 district titles, 9 by-district championships, and appeared in the playoffs in 12 straight years. When Matt Rule arrived in Waco, Texas as Baylor's head coach in December of 2016, he decided to hire McGuire along with Sean Bell and David Wetzel to his initial staff to help a building full of Yankees recruit their neck of the woods. They were some of the first hires, and Bell called himself and the other two the Three Stooges. Mixed among them were a trio of coaches who won more than 315 games at the high school level in their home state. They had Wetzel, a 50-year-old off-the-field administrator who coordinated much of the high school relations, a fitting position for a man who at the time of his hiring served as the president of the Texas High School Football Coaches Association. There's the youngest of the group, coaching Baylor's offensive line, 35-year-old Bell, who landed his first head coaching job at the ripe age of 25. And then there was McGuire, who was coaching defensive ends. Rule and the high school coaches helped Baylor build a roster consisting of 77% of the players who were from Texas. Rule felt the 3 coaches were valuable pieces to his coaching staff. Those 3 guys helped me understand the landscape at Texas. They helped me understand who to get to know and how things work to help avoid the pitfalls that some other coaches have made. I didn't want to make mistakes that other guys who came from out of state and didn't make it work. They had players recruited by those staffs. McGuire's son, Garrett, played for his dad in Rule at Baylor and is now on Rule's staff in Carolina. McGuire remained at Baylor until this past November, serving as the Bears' tight end coach, assistant head coach, interim head coach, defensive ends coach, and outside linebacker coach during his time period there. Then he received the call from Texas Tech, who wanted to make him their next head coach. McGuire jumped at the opportunity. McGuire brings experience and a connection to the THSCA. Charlie Strong at Texas and Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M both had rough starts to their respective schools when they went about some things the wrong way. Those brands, though, could afford to go outside the state of Texas, while Tech signed 8 high school recruits in the last 5 recruiting classes from outside of Texas, and of its 4 out-of-state verbal commits in the 2022 class, 3 of them were right across the Red River in Oklahoma. The Red Raiders have to play ball closer to home, and having a staff full of connections certainly helps on the trail. McGuire is more of a Jeff Traylor type, someone who has coached both sides of the ball and has never been a coordinator but has been an assistant head coach. He hired, in my opinion, a home run hire in Zach Kitley as his offensive coordinator and quarterback coach, and Tim DeRuiter, a college coach since 1989 and former head coach as well as a defensive coordinator at the Power 5 level, as his defensive coordinator. McGuire has killed it on the recruiting trail, with Heartland Sports writing Texas Tech football is going on a decade and a half of mediocrity. 7-6, 5-7, 4-8, 6-7, rinse and repeat, for nearly 15 years. There's no reason for Texas Tech to have this kind of success on the 2023 recruiting trail, with a track record that's average at best, going back when most of these commits were just being potty trained, and with a coach who has never been a head coach above the high school level. The reason they are is because of one man, Joey McGuire. His enthusiasm, passion, and tenacity is a breath of fresh air for a Lubbock community so anxious to get back to winning football. Plus, his deep recruiting ties across the state of Texas, along with his reputation, is already paying dividends before he has even ever coached one game. This tells you the kind of respect he has around the state. The reason this is special is because, as Josh Pate explained in Tuesday's Late Kick episode, Texas Tech has finished top 30 once in the past decade. They may not finish top 5. They may not even finish top 10 or top 15, but there's a possibility this could be the greatest Texas Tech recruiting class in the modern era. And Joey McGuire has not even coached one game yet. As the Big 12 sees the departure of Oklahoma and Texas, could the Red Raiders become the best team in the conference over the next few years? I would not be surprised. What do you think? Is Joey McGuire building something special at Texas Tech? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more college football content, and check out one of my more recent videos right here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.